Welcome everyone, this is our cardio basics class. Get ready to sweat and get a little bit fatigued. This is the one time a week besides our Monday session where we burn quite a bit of calories. So we'll be moving. We'll be moving our body, mainly our legs, upper body a little bit. And then if you have my following class at 10, we have posture and stability. So that's going to be a little bit more core, more upper body. So things to consider for today. Have some water nearby. It's supposed to be a warm day today. It's supposed to be, I think, high 80s, low 90s. And I think there's a heat wave coming through that's going to last all the way until, I want to say, maybe early Saturday. So just keep that in mind. So have some water nearby. Okay, let's warm up. So let's start looking left to right. Okay, after this class, I'm going to investigate this chirping because it's only getting louder. Up and down. Okay, let's try to sneak up on this thing. Alright, let's do our snow angels. And then again, I'll send an email probably today or tomorrow, but we will be meeting on Saturday at 7 a.m. for a walk and just a little get together at the Starbucks off Edinger and Brookhurst in Fountain Valley. So bring your walking shoes. Bring that right arm across. Oh man. One of my so this is what I deal with on a daily basis. So one of my coaches just messaged me and asked if I could make an announcement about hygiene and wearing deodorant to practice. So once I'm done with class, I gotta make an announcement on our team page switch, and I gotta remind these teenagers to wear deodorant. So I'm assuming it got a little stinky in one of their cars. Let's turn left to right. Let's do our ab circles. So hinge at the hip. This way. So yeah, if you're watching the Argentina game yesterday while we were in class, it's a crazy finish. Between the time that we were finishing class, it was 2-0 until I think I got inside the house and put things away. It was 3-2. Argentina scored 3 goals. Super controversial. Supposedly there's investigations going on now. Let's do big hula hoops. But yeah, there's events like that kind of taint the sport a bit. So see what happens. Big hula hoops. Switch. So yeah, so right now our stretching classes, I believe, have our strengthening classes about 18 students enrolled. So we're almost at our 20 student goal, and then our stretching class has about 16 or 17. So we're almost there. I know we always have additional folks that have never taken the classes. Let's do our quad stretch that will sign up and enroll, but it's just it's a nice feeling to know that the class is safe before we even consider new folks. So that's what we're trying to get at. Switch. I've been eating 4th of July leftovers for the last few days, and I think I'm done. I don't know if I could eat any more 4th of July leftovers. Consisted of hot dogs, fried chicken, and pasta salad. So, but I think I'm done. Alright, let's go ahead and do our hamstring stretch. Let's stretch right here and then back up. Alright, and deep squat stretch. Okay, so drop down. Chest up. And rise. Alright. Very good. So let me just lower this a little bit. Get this workout going. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go ahead start with that initial warm-up active set, which is going to be cross knees, heels to opposite glute, hands to opposite foot, okay, high knee progression, so a skip, and some curtain closers, okay? So I like starting with that one. It's not too aggressive. It get things moving, and then it'll kind of prep us up to do stuff like inchworms, maybe even burpees. We'll do some thrusters today. So if you happen to have some dumbbells nearby, we won't use them very much, but we might use them for like 1 or 2 different movements, okay? So just in case, if you want to get those ready, and then have the floor ready, because we will be using our yoga mats just for our mountain climbers, for variations of mountain climbers. So we're not going to do too much core, because we have our next class for that. So go ahead and find those items. I have mine here. I think I'm almost ready. Maybe organize this garage again. It's 4th of July. Made it unorganized a little bit. Alright, so as mentioned, we'll start with our initial exercises. And again, we are on week 7 now, so we are up to 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds recovery. If you need more rest, you could always stop a little bit short. Or if you want to just continue non-stop, you could always do that too, okay? So let's go ahead and get ready. We're going to start with our cross high knees, okay? You could always go a little bit higher. If you want more active work, you can get a little bit more active with it. 3, 2, 1, go. So just right here. Every Wednesday, I get these emails from Southwest Airlines, and it's always like $49, fly here, and then I'm like, oh, I wish I had the time, but it's always like $49 to like some random location on a random day, and then when you try to do it when it works for you, it's like $200. So gotta wait until December. That's my traveling month, December. 3, 2, 1, time. All right, 15 seconds rest. So yeah, so next June 17th of next year, I'll be back in Tahoe. I'll be doing the 3, 2, 1, and go. So heels to opposite glutes. I'll be doing, I think there's a 25-kilometer race or 30, but I'll be doing that competition next year. So at least I have that to look forward to in the next 11 months. So I'm just gonna make sure I stay healthy and yeah. Looking forward to that. So right here, going back and forth. You could have your arms. Three, two, one, time. All right, very good. Okay. What do we have next? We have our hands to opposite foot. 3, 2, 1, go. Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. All right, what do we have next? High knee progression. So this is where we're running, walking for 15 seconds, then skipping, then running, okay? 3, 2, 1, go. So high knees, just march. Skip. And run. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. All right. Curtain closers to finish off. Okay? So remember, reach, pull, we're right here. After this, we have 2 minutes rest, and then we'll go on to set number 2. 3, 2, 1, go. So reach and pull. Just keep moving. Halfway there. We're gonna add one more after this before I forget about it. I know this next one's not in the program, so we'll do one more. 3, 2, 1, time. All right, so this is gonna be a tap and reach. So pretty much you're gonna tap and reach right here. Okay, so slight little lift from your legs, but we're really just working up that upper body, okay? 3, 2, 1, go. So we're here, reach, opening up your sides, stretching muscles from your obliques all the way up your arms into your wrist. And the little taps are giving us a little calf raise. Ten more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. All right, now we have our 2 minutes rest, okay? You've earned it. 2 minutes rest. Have your water. Still have another minute. Just trying to uncover this noise. Can't figure out what it is. Alright. I was just waiting to see some like reflecting eyes under this furniture and something jumping at me. So glad that didn't happen. Alright, so next step, we're gonna go with skaters. So skaters, reach, 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 okay? Skaters. Then we have bunny hops. So bunny hops right here for our calves. If that's too much, you could do heel raises. Alright, then we're gonna incorporate some, what do we have here? Then we have some ice skaters. So working on lateral. And then we'll go with burpees and this one. And then lateral Heisman. So we're going to work on our sides and then on our frontal plank. So side, front, and slide. Alrighty. Alright, ready for skaters? 3, 2, 1, and go. So we're here. So this is more of like a stretch, but make it as active as you like. Okay, now that I moved those boxes or those crates, the chirping stopped. Oh, it's coming back. I think it might just be like a grasshopper. Oh, yep, I see it. It's a grasshopper. I thought it was a little bird or like a possum. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. Alright, we have our bunny hops next. Okay. Well, it's 2 of them. Ready, bunny hops? And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. So bunny hops. Twenty more seconds. Ten more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. Okay? Next is ice skater. So this is where we're jumping side to side, adding a little bit more weight to our lateral hips. Okay? 3, 2, 1, go. Twenty more seconds. Keep it going. And time. Can't catch him. All right. Next one's gonna be our burpees. Okay. Burpees are next. So remember, just up, hand plank, and back. So take your time and begin. So jump, go into a high plank. You could crawl out, come back, and jump. 2. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. All right. Next we have our crab walks. Okay, so we're here and we're just shoveling over to the side. Okay. All right, back and forth. 3, 2, 1, go. So shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Just try to stay low. As you get tired, your hips are gonna wanna come up. 20 more seconds. Ten more seconds. Oh. And time. All right, that's our second set. Very good. All right, our next set, we have lateral skips with the high knee drive, so the lateral Heisman right here. Okay, then we go with our dumbbells. So if you have the dumbbells nearby, you're doing thrusters. So here, down, up, press, down, up, press. Then we're doing jumping jacks. After that, ooh, let me confirm what's after that. Okay, and then we have pop squats after jumping jacks. Pop squats. And I believe we have over the line, which is gonna be a bunny hop, but back and forth to help our ankles out, okay? So you still have about 45 seconds left before we start. I think these grasshoppers are coming inside because it's getting warm. All right, so lateral Heisman first, and thrusters and jumping jacks and pop squats. All right. And then over the line. 3, 2, 1, go. So side skip, side skip, side skip, knee drive. Side skip, side skip, side skip, knee drive. A little bit of balance work right here. Got 20 seconds in. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. All right, grab your dumbbells. We have our thrusters next. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. So close stand squat, extend the arms, curl them, press. 30 seconds in. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Put those away. We have jumping jacks next. Good job, everyone. 3, 2, 1, go. Jumping jacks. Remember, if you're tired, you could do side step jacks, but let's try to do jumping jacks as we are getting more fit. Good job, folks. 20 more seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Whew. Hop squats. Hop squats are next. Let's remember. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So remember, we're here, up. If you need to slow it down a little, you can. You can go here, rest. We're at 30 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Right, over the line. So let's pick a line on the floor and we're gonna jump back and forth over it, okay? So bunny hop over the line. 3, 2, 1. Go. So we're here. Here. If you're gonna go a little bit faster, you can. A little tired. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Time. All right. Good job. We have one more set in us, okay? So, one more set. Ooh, that fan feels good. All right. So, we have fast feet. So again, pick that line that you were just jumping over, and you could just tap on it, alternating. Okay? All right, so we're doing that. And then this one we haven't done in a while. This is called, actually, we'll do this as a third one. We're gonna do a power jack. So we're here. Okay, that gets our glutes. And then the next one's the ins and out, or hopscotch, as I would call it. So you go out, in, forward, and back. Okay, so it almost looks like you're hopscotching in place. Okay, so that one, and the first one, the toe taps, will get you on your toes. And then we'll drop down on the floor and do mountain climbers. And that set will be 4 movements, okay? So, almost there, 30 seconds, and we'll start. How are we feeling? Are we sweating? Or am I the only one sweating? Safina sweating? Okay. Debbie sweating? Good. I don't like sweating alone. Oh.
Okay, yeah.
Alright, let's do our toe taps. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Just keep moving. Ten more seconds. Three, two, one, time. Right, our power jacks. These are pretty taxing too, so just get ready for these. It's our last set though. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. Ooh, I'm tired. These are not fun. Got 25 seconds. All right, 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. All right, we have our hopscotch. Okay, so hopscotch out, in, forward, back. And then when you do the forward back for the next one, try to alternate what foot goes forward and what goes back, so you're not doing the same foot forward every time. 3, 2, 1, go. Feel like a boxer with this one. When I was little, my dad wanted to get me into boxing. Because back in the 90s, Oscar de la Hoya had a training facility like a couple blocks down from where we lived in Boyle Heights. And my mom wouldn't let him enroll me. I was about 5 or 6 years old, and I guess my mom saved me from getting punched in the head a couple of times. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. Whew. Alright, mountain climbers. So that's as far as I went with boxing. That was my boxing career. 3, 2, 1, and go. So just knees to chest. Fifteen more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. Whew. All right. High fives. I'm drenched. I don't know about you folks, but if I had a good camera, you could see my droplets of sweat running down my face. All right, about 200 calories on that one. I'm gonna end this recording for my folks watching. How are we feeling?